When the physical body ends its role in the material world, a breathtaking journey begins for the soul, a passage few truly grasp while still alive. The first moments after death are not filled with darkness or emptiness, but with astonishing awareness. Freed from its earthly vessel, the soul experiences what many near-death survivors describe as immense lightness, an overwhelming sense of release from the confines that once anchored consciousness to flesh. At first, there may be confusion as perception expands beyond the limits of the physical senses. The soul finds itself in a transitional space, not entirely disconnected from the earth, yet not fully merged with the higher realms either. This marks the beginning of the soul's year-long odyssey beyond the veil. Many traditions speak of a silver cord linking the soul to the body throughout life. When this energetic tether is finally severed, the transition completes. Perception transforms. The soul no longer sees through eyes or hears through ears, but perceives through pure awareness. Colors shimmer with greater brilliance, sounds become symphonic, and a profound remembrance awakens, the recognition of one's true nature. This realization stirs different responses. Souls deeply tied to material existence may resist or deny their new state, lingering near familiar people or their physical remains. Others, especially those who nurtured spiritual understanding in life, move through this shift gracefully, embracing their expanded awareness with peace and wonder. In these early days, many souls observe their own funeral, watch loved ones mourn, and often attempt to comfort them. This is when most after-death communications occur, moments when the newly freed soul, still learning to navigate its new realm, reaches across dimensions to offer reassurance and love. As Edgar Cayce revealed through his profound readings, the soul then begins a life review, not one of judgment but of comprehension. It relives its experiences, not in linear order, but from multiple viewpoints. It feels what others felt because of its actions, both the pain and the joy, the kindness and the indifference. This review is education, not punishment, a process of spiritual integration where understanding replaces regret and awareness deepens into wisdom. Consider Michael, a businessman who passed unexpectedly at 58. Through mediumship, he described reliving his life from countless perspectives, sensing the ripple effects of every decision, every word, every silent thought. He felt the sorrow he caused and the happiness he created, realizing how even small choices shaped lives in unseen ways. As weeks pass, the soul grows accustomed to being without form. Those who practiced meditation, prayer, or awareness in life adapt more smoothly, while others may require what can be called spiritual healing, gentle assistance from higher beings who help them release attachment and fear. Gradually, the soul learns a new truth. In the spiritual dimension, thought itself creates reality. What was once imagination becomes a creative force. Consciousness shapes experience instantly. With this power comes freedom and responsibility. By the end of the first month, the soul begins exploring its vast new surroundings. It meets guides and familiar spirits who welcome and orient it. Communication happens through direct thought and emotion, a wordless communion more intimate than any earthly conversation. Between the second and fourth months, the soul enters the realm of recognition. Here it reunites with its soul family, beings it has journeyed with through many incarnations. These reunions bring indescribable joy and a sense of coming home beyond human comprehension. Elena's husband, months after passing, described meeting not only his parents, but souls he instantly recognized, though he hadn't known them in his last life. "It's like remembering what you forgot you ever knew," he said. The recognition was, too, tall and timeless. During this stage, the earlier life review deepens. The soul now views its recent lifetime in the broader tapestry of all its existences. Patterns become clear, recurring lessons, soul contracts, and the divine reasoning behind even the hardest experiences. In this timeless realm, past, present, and future coexist as one eternal moment. Many souls enter a period of profound learning. Some describe luminous halls or vast libraries of living wisdom. Others experience centers of consciousness where knowledge is absorbed through vibration, not study. Souls carrying trauma or unresolved pain receive loving healing from guides through pure energetic resonance, restoring harmony and peace. From this higher awareness, they understand that suffering was never meaningless. It was a catalyst for growth. Thomas, a young man who died after years of addiction, later shared that his struggle became a lesson in compassion for others, awakening awareness and empathy in those he ouched. The soul now grasps that life's purpose is not comfort but evolution, growth, service, and expansion of consciousness. Earthly concerns fade in importance as the soul perceives reality through the lens of eternal continuity. It also gains greater ability to reach those still living, sending comfort and love across dimensions. Around the 5th to 8th months, the soul enters the phase of integration. Everything learned from its past life and its post-death awakening now merges into a single, radiant understanding. It doesn't just know truth, it becomes it. Compassion, wisdom, and peace blend into its very vibration. The soul perceives its greater design, a divine blueprint shaped across lifetimes. It begins resolving karmic patterns, seeing how each experience, no matter how painful, contributed to balance and growth. Sarah, whose consciousness was accessed 6 months after her passing, realized that her difficult childhood had been a chosen opportunity to develop resilience and deep empathy. Souls now often engage in service, assisting others who have recently crossed over, or sending healing light to those still on earth. Some begin preparing for their next phase, whether another incarnation or ascension into higher realms of service and creativity. In this realm, the soul explores timelessness, perceiving alternate paths, possibilities, and versions of itself. It sees the infinite web of choice and creation, learning that free will is not random but sacred. One soul described this awareness as seeing through my own eyes and God's eyes at the same time. For souls still carrying limiting patterns, this stage includes purification, the gentle release of old energies and beliefs that restrict growth. Though challenging, it unfolds within unconditional love, restoring perfect harmony. By the 8th month, most souls have fully integrated their earthly lessons, achieving expanded perception that embraces multiple dimensions at once. They stand the threshold of divine choice. In the final quarter of the year, roughly the 9th through 12th months, the soul enters what mystics call the period of decision. Here it communes with councils of light, luminous beings who help it assess progress and illuminate future paths. These councils offer wisdom, not command. The soul remains free to choose. With full awareness of its eternal journey, it decides whether to reincarnate or to advance into higher dimensions of service. It experiences what many describe as cosmic vision, seeing the grand pattern of creation and its place within it. Every event, every relationship, every joy and sorrow is revealed as part of a divine design contributing to the evolution of consciousness. David, during regression, described perceiving this vision as standing at the center of an infinite web, seeing how each strand, each soul, vibrated with purpose. He realized that his deepest pain had often produced his greatest growth, and that even small acts of kindness had eternal ripple effects. The soul now understands its soul contract, the agreements made for learning and service. For those preparing to return, careful planning begins, choosing the time, place, family, and relationships that will offer the next lessons of love and growth. Nothing is random. All is co-created in harmony with divine will and other souls' plans. Others, not yet returning, move to higher planes devoted to healing, guidance, or cosmic creativity. Some become helpers to those still incarnate, while others work in realms of pure light and sound, assisting the unfolding of universal evolution. In this final phase, the soul releases attachment to its most recent identity. It keeps the wisdom but lets go of identification with its last personality. It recognizes itself as eternal consciousness, one with all creation. Sarah, who communicated from this stage, called it absolute belonging. She said, "You realize you are both the wave and the ocean. Duality dissolves into unity." As the first year concludes, the transformation is complete. The journey that began with confusion and separation culminates in peace, clarity, and divine alignment. The soul now vibrates with awareness of its eternal nature and its participation in the infinite dance of life. For those still living, understanding this process changes how we view death. It is not an ending but a transition, a doorway to expanded consciousness. The soul never ceases, it evolves. Though grief remains for those who stay behind, this awareness brings comfort and hope. Love, the most powerful energy in creation, continues to connect souls beyond time, distance, and form. When we glimpse this magnificent journey, we also glimpse our own eternal truth, that we are, as Edgar Cayce so often said, spiritual beings having a human experience, here not by chance but as part of an endless divine unfolding of consciousness. So, continue seeking, learning, and awakening. Subscribe and stay with us as we explore deeper mysteries of the soul and the universe. Your spirit's adventure is eternal, and it's only just beginning.